All right, good people, what it do, man? We are back once again. The September 12th edition of Friday Night Smackdown. Overall, I'll actually say this was a pretty solid episode, actually. This was not a bad episode, not a great episode, but definitely not a bad episode from Friday Night Smackdown tonight. We are getting closer and closer to the next premium live event, that being WrestlePalooza. We got Worlds Collide AAA and WWE going on later on tonight following SmackDown. I'm not going to talk about the whole event, but I'll probably talk about the main event, specifically the Dominic Mysterio Volcano match. If something crazy happens, I'll probably make a video blog. But just to talk about real quick what went down on this show, obviously Brock Lesnar talking about WrestlePalooza and John Cena. But R-Truth came out, and it was a little exchange between the two. We all know what happened. I think the last time Brock Lesnar and R-Truth was in the ring, but Brock Lesnar, just like last time, laid R-Truth out, and obviously Brock Lesnar sending a message to one of John Cena's good friends, R-Truth. You know, um, Honestly, that this is, we know the history between Brock and Cena. Like they did a whole like 100 playlist on the history between John Cena and Brock Lesnar. Like we don't know the history between the two, and then they said there's gonna be a part two. Like I'll probably talk a little bit about it more in the WrestlePalooza predictions, but obviously there's really nothing to add to the fire with this Brock Lesnar and John Cena match. But I'll probably get more into it when I drop my WrestlePalooza predictions, which should be coming out tomorrow, the same day as I drop AEW All Out. Uh, Anywho, Tiffany Stratton took on Jay Cargill for the women's title, and granted the match was pretty solid. Actually, you can even say it was maybe starting to get good. The match ended on a draw. Nia Jax got involved, and it looks like we're gonna be getting a triple threat match between the three women. That kind of lets you know that there's not really more stacked on the women's division on SmackDown. The fact that Tiffany Stratton has been champion for months now, and this is like the fifth, sixth, eighth time that she's fighting Nia Jax over the championship. It just goes to show you that there's really not a lot of depth when it comes to the SmackDown women's division compared to the women's division that we have with Raw, which is heavily stacked. Um, Speaking of the women tonight, obviously we saw what happened with Mia Yim and Julia. Obviously, it looks like they continue in that program. B Fab and Julia and Kiana James. They put the attack in, but Mia Yim was able to make the save. Um, we also saw some other stuff tonight, like the Wyatt Six promo, which was all right. Ultimately, we saw the main event. Between Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. But before I get into that, we even saw Sami Zayn, who I think this U.S. challenge is going to end up being really good, man. Him and Ray Phoenix had a very good matchup for the United States Championship, and I like that Sammy is continuing that tradition. I think he's going to kill it. I really think this is going to really make the United States Championship stand out. Doing the exact same thing John Cena was doing 10 years ago, and like I said, you get back to Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton, which I thought was a pretty solid match. You kind of figured by the ending what was happening, like Cody was coming back. Cody and Drew was definitely one of the rumored matches to take place at WrestlePalooza, and I think tonight pretty much confirms that match will take place at WrestlePalooza. So pretty good ending to the show, and really nothing more to it, man. You already know what this is. Kid DC Wrestling, man. I'm out. Peace.